Are we live?
I'm not showing up, I don't think, on the monitor. Oh, there I am.
All right. Well,
It's in
looks like
God's
we're
hands
live.
now.
It's in God's hands now.
We're in God's country now.
We're in God's country now, and we're in God's hands, and this is in God's hands. So, what is it?
It's Curse World live.
Curse
In
World
studio.
live, in your face, in studio,
Yeah.
right back at you. Do you think how many of the I guess all of them probably, but how many do you think there was ever any deception whenever the old sitcoms said filmed in front of a live studio audience?
Oh, we're jumping right into it, baby.
Let's get down to business.
Let's get down to business. I'm ready to get busy.
Is that Teabag?
I think almost no. Who's Teabag? Theodore T. Bagwell from Prison Break.
Yeah, we'll talk about him next. Go ahead and answer my first question.
Okay, and your first question was?
Filmed in front of a live studio audience. Do you think there was any deception there?
Yeah, I think they lied like 9 out of 10 times, and then 1 in 10 shows there might have been a few people.
It's not crazy to think, because I don't know why they would lie. Number 2, why would they lie? Number three,
like who in their right mind?
Everyone would need to be in on it. Everyone and their mother would need. It's too many people. Too many people would need to be involved.
That's why I don't buy into conspiracy theories. That's why a country boy like me is voting for Harris Walls this November. They should do an ad like that, a political ad where they get some guy that's spitting tobacco and he's like, honestly, what it comes down to is a woman's right to choose what happens to her body. That's between her and her doctor.
They already did that.
I mean, hell.
It wasn't Yellowstone like that, and there was like a big meme trend of like people doing like, it was like that character, but he's like, she just wants to be whatever she wants to be. Who are you to tell her what gender she is, or something like that? Where it's like,
I missed it.
It's just not even. They're just trying to force characters together, or like give you something to imagine. They're trying to show it to you so you don't have to try so hard to imagine like a down to earth country boy being with it.
Yeah,
because otherwise it'd be really hard to imagine because it's not natural.
One of the times that Bucky and I went to the movies back in like 2011, we were buying snacks at the nearby Family Dollar so as to save a little bit of scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I just got scared because I thought of Old Scratch.
Please don't say that name. Please don't say that title near me. Around me.
Chat, do not, if you know what's good for you, do not look up who Old Scratch is, because you'll get, How
are we feeling about this, chat?
So, we're going to be vancing throughout the episode.
Yeah.
So, one of the times that Bucky and I were going to see this movie, we were coming out of the Family Dollar with snacks, and there was a guy walking in with, like, his adult daughter, and he was like, it's called Being Yourself. But we could tell by the tone of it and the context that he was kind of like very aloof in telegraphing to her how progressive and liberal he was. Like, yeah, it's a little thing called being yourself.
Justin, you're putting off mad JD vibes right now.
Thank you so much.
Those baby blues, that beard.
Are you referring
to round head?
Are you referring to future Vice President of the United States, Jonathan Vance?
Yes, sir.
Javis Davis Vance.
John Dorian Vance. Got a wheeze out of that one, folks.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of Kelso, Dr. Kelso calling Turk Turkleton, just presuming that that's his last name. That's funny.
Yeah, I think that's one of the funniest shows. You know what you made me think of earlier is we were talking about. I said it, and it made me think of it. Is how they have to orchestrate. They have to help you visualize a lot of the things that they want to usher in.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's, like I said, like it's so unnatural if you picture some out west country rancher picking up his saddle and throwing it on the horse and hopping on the horse and riding into the sunset, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to be down with the you know who, the Troons. And so it made me think they kind of have to do that with everything, because the default, we're sinful. And humanity is sinful, and collections of humanity is sinful and all of that, but the default is to be trad nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
The default is to have traditional like family values and to like have a head of household and a female and a nuclear family and all of these kind of things. And for gender, like for all of that, that's the normal. And they think of how hard and how much money and how much energy and effort went into uh, all of the propaganda that it took to get us to a point where people are accepting of things that are unnatural. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does, because they
Like-
used to say in like a story there has to be a conflict. It's either man versus man, man versus himself, man versus nature, and that's where I'm like, yeah, in this case, nature and the way of things, the created order, and God himself and his design is on one side in one corner of the ring, and in the other corner of the ring is like a lot of people trying very hard to overcome what is, to
Like
to,
they
to
gotta
devise
use
something that is not.
they gotta use drugs and trauma and like repetition and hypnosis and subliminal messages and like repetition over and over and over and like all like they have like all hands on deck to get us to like over the course of decades and decades to like get us to a point where we're at. Isn't
and
that
then
crazy?
it's gonna crumble, or it's always perpetually crumbling, because it's, being stared in the face by, like I said, the created order. So imagine for a second, who's the hottest guy you know?
Dorian Dance.
All right, JD Vance, hottest guy we know. Now put him up against, if you can imagine what an actual Frankenstein might look like. Someone in a lab. I know it's spooky, spooktacular October. It's spooktobular. Now imagine like Frankenstein. Take the story, forget everything you've seen in movies, and then think if someone read that story to you, and you had to picture what it would be like in real life.
Yep.
They have to put together oversized parts of bodies so that they can work with it, because the small features you can't really manipulate scientifically in a makeshift lab in Castlevania or whatever town. And then you sew them together and they're starting to like decay, or they're already half decayed and whatever.
Ugh.
And then you bolt it with lightning, and then when it comes alive, all of its synapses are also degraded, and it just goes oh, and walks clumsily because it doesn't have any normal human dexterity and all that. Now take that person and picture it IRL. The J.D. Vance character, hottest man alive, according to Victoria's Secret Catalog, 2025.
Yep.
Versus this weird Frankenstein-looking thing. That's what you're talking about when you're saying the nuclear family, and what's right, and man and woman and children and tradition and a pastoral vision of society.
Yeah.
That's the J.D. Vance. And then on the Frankenstein side, they're really trying to tell you this is better. This is the future. This is good. We can do it. We can make it. We can just make it up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Man, I think that was the best you've ever did.
You think I was cooking?
I think you cooked there.
Chat, did I cook?
Yeah, I think so. Speaking of chat, do we got any chats, Kev? Oh, no.
All right, if no one caught that on the mic, our excellent producer is monitoring the chat for us. He just called out Javier Hardcore for chatting thrice and then deleting thrice. Thank you, Javi.
Javi's over there like
stupid.
Yeah, never mind. Forget that. Scratch that. I can do better.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That really is scary. There was a viral, makes me want to vom. There's a viral video going around about a year ago, maybe a year and a half, of. It's funny because you would think they would have to prove the opposite from the right side of things. They don't have to use any propaganda at all. They just have to use the truth. They just have to tell you exactly what's happening or just give you a video with no context, and everybody understands, right? So the instance of this was a viral video going around of just exactly 100%. All of the logistics and details and finer aspects of exactly what goes into all of these different surgeries like phalloplasty and stuff like that. And That's it. There was no comment, no caption, no oh I can't believe whatever. It was just the video, and it's enough to make you any normal person sick to their stomach and just like put their hand on their face and just wonder what is this world coming to?
How did we get here?
How did we get here? But it was just gross and just weird. And anytime you really do, it's interesting because it's in your face. They want you to see it, but I have a sense of they don't want you to think too hard about it.
Yeah, that's
because anytime you think too hard about it, the only conclusion that any normal person comes to is like revulsion. Is that a word?
Yeah, that's right.
And just like is there another word that's like that?
Resevercus is close, but I don't think it has the precise meaning that you think.
Rhetorical.
All I'm thinking of is
Help
when we heard John Doyle do a little speech. You're not going to be able to find it anywhere, but he said what it's branded as is GS. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ill.
But what it really is.
I'm sorry. You don't even say that.
But what it really is, it's not
don't even
S
say the letters.
Between two G men. It's actually one man Ming with another man's B, and that was the most. It's true, and that's but when you think about it, you're like, I don't even like saying the letters because I feel bad for other people filling in the blanks.
It's disgusting.
And I'm sorry that I had to do that. So if you haven't deciphered that, then just forget it. Don't try. Don't obsess over this in bed and try to do your little word puzzle that I've laid out for you. Just know that, unfortunately, like sometimes the world needs to see. I think about Il Duce at the end of the Boondock Saints. When they come in and do something.
Sorry, just trying to.
He's thinking of El Scorcho. I'm tracking. Basically, at the end of Boondock Saints, the Saints and their patriarch had an opportunity to do the funniest thing ever, and they did it in a courthouse. If you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. But a young lady, before this happens, before they do the funniest prank ever in the courthouse and shock the world, this lady like turns away, and the kind old Il Duce grabs her face and says, "No, you must watch," or something like that. That's how I feel about all this. Everyone wants to turn away, but it's like, look, the evil's already here. The orcs have already invaded. You have to see it in order to be a part of the solution. You have to get dirty with the filth. And don't take that out of context or take that metaphor too far. We are supposed to be unstained from the world. But in another way, you can't pretend like you're not stained. You have to go, oh, myself, the world around me, my children, my friends and family and colleagues were already rubbing shoulders with the most disgusting and perverse Frankenstein reality that anyone could even conceive of. So look at it. Then once we can all agree on what we're seeing, what we're beholding, then we could do something about it. We can lock arms and say, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna have to stop.
We the people are pissed off.
June 2025 is White Boy Summer Month.
Yeah. Except, don't you long for a place where White Boy Summer never ends?
That'd be something. If only there were some magical land or some artifact, some fantasy reality where White Boy Summer never ends. I guess we'll have to wait not very long to know about what that's all about, huh?
Yeah.
Huh, Kyle?
Right, Joss. All right, so what is it?
It's Curse World, live in studio.
Live in studio, baby. And that brings us to our next segment. Ma'am.
I'm sure you guys are wondering why I'm wearing this Crocodile Dundee hat. And it's because we're going to be trying out some new... Sorry, I'm doing this because earlier I got
raised by flies.
It's going to do a similar joke.
All right. Well,
anyway, if you're wondering why I'm wearing this Croc Dundee hat, it's because one of the things we have ahead of us tonight, is brand new, really, really just top tier, professional level impressions and voices.
Completely different from anything we've ever done before.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, is it going to be as good as? Yep, 1,000 times better than that.
1,000 times better.
1,000 times. So buckle up.
Yeah.
Buckle up. Stand by. Stand down.
Stand by. Stand.
What is it? I think it's stand down and stand by or something.
Something
like that. I should know. If I were a real patriot, I would know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's on the docket? What's the actual? What are we talking about? What'd you put in the subscription?
Well, one of the things I put in the subscription to the video was about how the elites. People love talking about the elites, so I made it a little bit more on the nose. Scum celebrities, scum politicians.
Mm-hmm.
They're not all scum. Not every politician is scum. Different levels, different people. There's always exceptions, whatever. Not every celebrity is scum. But the scum politicians and the scum celebrities have this way of taking up arms with the public against some nefarious force in the world and some evil that's happening. Like, the first person to come to mind, Ashton Kutcher. Remember a few years ago, he was like testifying before Congress about human trafficking and how bad it was and stuff. That was like cool, and everyone kind of raised him up on their shoulders. And for he's a jolly good Kutcher, for he's a
Oh, pause here real quick. We got a Steenie Buck.
Whoa, we got our first super chat of the day.
Steenie Bucks just came in. Brand new Steenie Bucks. Steenie asks, wasn't Ashton the most lovable character in that 70s show? Him and Mila Kunis are so hot together. Wish I was their child. Well, thanks, Steenie. I think a lot of us agree. And enough said about that.
Yeah, Steenie, thank you so much. It's been a while since we've heard from you. I don't know if you were like going on strike or what, but now that we're doing a live stream, I think we're pleasing the Steen.
Yeah, we're pleasing the Steen. And if you want to please the Steen, donate to our XRP. It's going to be lit. It's going to be lit sauce if you do that. Maybe we'll nah, we can't. We can't do it in post.
We can't do it in post, and we can't edit things out. So
I could read out to the wallet number for you.
Yeah, okay. So lowercase r, lowercase t, uppercase x, 38
dash
underscore. I don't even know what XRP is.
It's the hottest new thing. I thought it was XRP, but it was just Cardano.
Yeah. So, yeah, we were talking about how people that doth protest too much, they cry the loudest, are sometimes, not always, but sometimes projecting. And sometimes they're accusing the opposition of the heinous activities that they themselves are doing. Or they're accusing someone out there.
It's almost like the perfect plan. It's kind of like whenever you're a kid and somebody tells you the perfect murder. Do you want to know how to murder someone? If you ever want to murder someone, wait until winter and get an icicle off of your roof and stab them with the icicle.
Whoa.
No fingerprints.
I've never heard of that
No
one.
no murder weapon. You're out of there. Somebody told me that once, and I was like, wow.
That's pretty cool.
But it's kind of like the perfect plan like that, where it's like, wait a second, what if we just make them feel guilty and make the whole rest of the world hate them for the thing that we're actually doing and should feel guilty about? It's like a psychological operation of sorts.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's human nature as well. I don't think that the system developed it. I think that the phenomena that we see...
I don't do that.
I've never done... You do that.
I would never.
I've seen you do it.
I have not.
I don't do it. They do it. Someone else. Not you. I didn't mean to say you.
But they do it coordinatedly is
people
kind
do
of
that.
the difference. Projection is a thing,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But doing it in a massive group or did I say group?
You're glitching right now. I love that.
Anyway, go on. Go off.
Yeah, go off, King. So basically, I think it's human nature, and that's how it ends up on a systemic level, is that people want to shift blame. If you really search your heart, or you are blessed enough to have the Lord reveal to you your own faults, your first impulse most of the time is going to be to figure out how that's actually not you, it's somebody else, and it's always from fear of punishment or fear of being exposed. It's some shame. It's always a shame-based thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think
Which
people
comes
are
back to pride, because who are you to not deserve to get in trouble?
Yeah, shame and pride are very hard to tell apart from one another when you're looking at yourself, because we can't see through the deep waters of even another person, much less our own self. So I guess the thing that I'm postulating here is, sorry, postulating sounds so much like postulating that I want to take it back. I'm going to say the thing that I'm theorizing here, the thesis that I'm getting at, is that
theorizing sounds like sodomizing. Could you take that one back?
Yeah, let's change the words. The thing that I'm like, how do I say, je ne sais quoi? The thing that I'm getting at here is that you might suspect that there's some grand playbook, like strategy book, of if we do this, then people will never suspect us, or if you tell a lie so big that it's unbelievable, then people will have to believe it because they'll never think you told a lie that big. I don't know who said that or came up with it. It's just something I read in passing once, probably in like the New Yorker. Some very. So I probably heard it on NPR.
Too big to rig.
Too big to rig. But it doesn't necessarily have to be at that big brain, strategic level, like a character from Big Brain Theory, where
I'm familiar.
Simon, the smart one,
Shelter,
young Simon, Shelter,
young Simon, Shelter.
I caught myself doing this on screen, which I've never done. I don't even do this in
He's never done that before, I swear.
I promise.
What do we think about this?
Javi, what do we think about this? So, I think that it comes from within, and that's why people can't help but tip their hand for what they're doing, because it's a shame thing where their impulse is to point the finger somewhere else, and they're always bringing the thing up. So, if a person's talking about, it's like at the end of Donnie Darko when you find out that Patrick Swayze's character was a diddler.
So speaking of, it's like a common thing that it's also something that they use as like a tool. It's not just, it's not just a cosmic or great scheme of off-putting their shame, because people talk about that being almost a religious requirement for a certain people to place their things onto something else, or to the thing. Anyway, but it's also very practical to frame other people. So we were just talking before the stream about how you could go back through the history of recent like shootings and things like that, and there's always fishy things surrounding those. I would think that maybe some of them are authentic and real, just some person blowing a gasket and going nuts. But I think a lot of them are fishy, to say the least. And so a lot of the fishy ones, there also just so happens to be very soon afterward, like one of their family members, close family members, that gets nailed with CP.
Oh yeah,
and put away, and it's like, that's a weird trend.
Yeah,
and it's like,
it's two things. Like the one you're going at is, I just always
2 seconds into a Jordan Peterson impression and then bailing,
like,
and it's like,
pretending
go ahead,
you didn't do it.
It's all you, man.
Yeah,
and it's like,
my assumption this whole time was when that happened, it's that the brother or whatever was going to be like vindictive about it, and they're like, I won't rest until justice is served for my brother. So they figure out how to stick something on him and then put him away so you don't hear from him, and then
or
they
like have
him.
some knowledge that is like, he was groomed or something like that. I don't freaking know.
Right, that's my point.
Oh,
but
see.
What you're suggesting there, some knowledge that they don't want out, so they imprison them, and then maybe they like secretly kill them or lobotomize them or something horrific, something along the lines of like.
Or they use like the black men.
Oh, the thing from the movie The Black Men, when they're like it erases
like
their memory,
like a really cool flashlight. Yeah.
And for the kids that were,
you didn't grow up.
For the people watching that, this is.
I'm old enough to remember Black Men too.
Yeah. there's a movie series called Black Men, and they fight aliens. They like fist fight them in order to like save planet Earth.
They rob them.
They time travel. They'll like rob them or just like gang up on them.
They play the knockout game.
Oh man, this is a spicy meatball.
We'll just fix it in post.
We'll fix it in post. So, anywho, one of the things that that you made me think though is a new thought, which is it might not just be that the brother that they framed and they planted the CP on their PC.
Whoa! Say that again.
Whoa, dude!
Whoa, dude! It's synchronicities, man. It's just like my whole life. It's like the last couple of days have been so synchronicity.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, I keep saying so basically like I'm Shoe Nice. You know Shoe Nice?
No, but I eat shumai all the time.
So does Shoe Nice. He eats shoe glue. He eats. That's true. You should look him up. He's been doing it for a while. He eats glue.
One time, one of my poorer friends in high school came to school, and I said, "What'd you have for dinner last night?" And he said, "Shoelace stew." All right, go ahead. Shoe Nice.
It's funny how poor his family was.
Yeah.
So yeah, my assumption all along. This is like not a very profound thought for me to take 5 minutes to explain, but my first thought is that he knows something that he shouldn't. This brother. We'll use Stephen Paddock's brother for example. I think he was like the big glaring example. The Las Vegas shooter. There's only like one picture of him, and his eyes are like. Colin has this like reflex where when he hears that word, he wants to go into like a 45-minute rant and start drawing things on a whiteboard to explain how it just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
But what you made me think, and maybe this is what you were kind of meandering toward a few minutes ago, is maybe it's some like ritualistic thing where they had a person, like caused a person to commit a heinous crime, but then the guilt is on them, the blood is on them, so then they have to put the blood back onto that family by like. It doesn't really make sense now that I'm saying it out loud. That's what you get when you take a bunch of Xanax before the live stream.
Yeah, it's also interesting to think about how there's that aspect where they frame somebody with something. I mean, I don't think we ever tied up that loose end because that's the very thing that is like specifically like CP. Ooh, it's so bad. They say like they like to. Everybody knows that that's bad, right? Everybody, and yet that's like the very thing that is like festering in the tunnels in the streets and stuff like that. I mean,
the tunnels
in Hollywood or whatever, all these
New
different
York.
places, and in New York. But that's the very thing festering underneath the surface. That's like that is like they go hand in hand. That's like what you know about secret billionaire elite types is that stuff is going on, and
they have to make it talked about so that if you desensitize the populace to those things by even saying like, oh, it's so horrific, but we have to talk about it constantly. That way people they don't get their pitchforks and torches out. So let's say that Dick Wolf wanted to create Law and Order, but he was also, I mean, hypothetically, okay? Hypothetically, and this is just for entertainment. And this isn't even an allegedly. This is more like slam poetry. I'm just saying words. They don't mean anything. But let's say that Dick Wolf, the producer and writer for Law & Order, was a nasty pedo. Righto. He's very bad, mate. We'd like to take him out back and beat him with reeds, mate. Let's say that he's very bad. Just for example. And then he's like, oh, I'm like, kind of can't deal with how awful it would be if I were found out. What if I find a way to just like get it out there in the open, but it doesn't come back on me? I'll start Law and Order SVU, where it's always about abuse and sick things. And then people watch it and they're like, this is sick and fascinating. And I don't understand why I keep watching things about sexual assault and diddlers and gross, nasty bedroom things.
Mm-hmm.
Then, in that hypothetical, Mr. Wolf would be like, all right, well, people are talking about it. They'll never suspect.
Yeah.
And not only will they never suspect, but I just feel like a little bit of catharsis because
it's like a bit of cover or camouflage just to kind of blend in naturally or hiding in plain sight type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, they also use covers for things. Like there's lots of foundations for things, and the people who are like running the foundations are just funneling money toward the things that the foundation is nominally against.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. You think about like, I'm just making this up. I don't have any like connections that I've done research on, but you picture something like Dare that we were indoctrinated with, which is fine. Like drugs are bad, but it's whenever they'll pass around a cigarette butt and make everybody smell it and be like, and here's a lung and here's all these like things to kind of take 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds and like traumatize them a little bit. Okay, I get it. But at the same time, like, could you also imagine that there's like big political figures who are involved in like flooding the streets with certain drugs that are super addictive and ruining different communities and stuff like that? And they're the same ones. Is Dare like a national political thing, or is it like a?
I don't know. It's probably national, but I don't think that the
you
lion
understand
could
the
get
idea.
around to
You're
every
following
school.
my point.
Yeah. Mr. Westford, if I'm reading this correctly from here, he's wondering if we let people on the stream, but I don't know how we'd be able to do that.
We definitely could. Yeah, we definitely could. It would take some finagling, though. I don't think the studio is set up for that. We don't use StreamYard like you do, young Master
Westford.
We could definitely hop you in here, though, somehow.
How do we hop him in?
I would have to switch old Kev and just take care of some stuff.
Kevin, get over here.
You want to try? Westford, do you want to try?
Westford, just drive over here. Oh.
Oh, he's probably not ready to stream out.
Let's get him on the phone.
He's probably got muck boots on. He's probably cleaning out his chicken coop.
Let's get him on the phone.
Yeah, we could get him on the phone. Yeah, guys, just take a little break, go to the bathroom.
No! It just aired Mr. Westford's,
No. I don't think so.
I didn't think it would go straight to voicemail.
Yeah, it's kind of his fault.
It's not my fault.
Think about it.
It's not my fault, Mr. Westford.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Well, anything else we were planning on talking about?
I don't know if it was PII or not. I don't. Let's see what he says. Yo.
Hey, man, how's it going?
You're on the air.
This is the first time I've ever live streamed from a shower, folks. I am getting this rat. I'm getting this rat excrement right off me. It's in my hair. It's in my mouth.
Dude.
Folks, it's really, really rough out here.
You know what's funny? I don't know if you were watching the stream at all, but I called you the first time. It went straight to voicemail, and you said, "Hey, this," and I screamed, "No!" Because I didn't know if you had personally identifiable information, but
Yeah, my social security is
in his voicemail.
Hey, this is Westford. 23949.
Just in case.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And
good.
the 3 numbers on the back.
That's good. Well, yeah, I'm like holding the phone up to the microphone, and we just wanted to say that we appreciate your brotherhood, and we've really, the couple of times that we've cross-pollinated, it's just been so off the chain that it changes everything. It changes everything. You ever notice?
3 blue-eyed baby boys.
Little baby balls. What?
We are 3, count them, 3 baby blue-eyed, brown-haired muscle hunks, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
And Vance. We're all Vance types. Justin's a Vance type.
Did you watch the, Wes, did you watch the,
I mean, Vance is a Justin type. That's what I mean.
Did you watch the VP?
I watched the JD Vance and Balls debate.
Yeah,
Balls debate.
The Randy Balls debate.
I thought Randy Balls did all right. I mean, he looked a little, disheveled, but.
Yeah.
There was that one time he short-circuited and, like, forgot to answer something about China, and then, like, I saw him spark. I think a spring popped out of the back of his head.
Did you see a little bit of smoke come out of his ears and, like, a spring pop out of his head?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That was wild.
I think, obviously it wasn't as spicy as the presidential debate.
I liked it a lot better,
like, you're eating the dogs moments.
Mm-hmm.
The only meme I'm seeing the JD Vance look at the screen meme, and then the liberals are trying to make I was told we are not doing fact-checking meme. Those are the two real things I've seen from it.
Yeah.
But even though like one's a pro-Vance and one's an anti-Vance, I'm not seeing any memes about walls,
I've seen a couple on X.com, on www.x.com.
There was that one that got ratioed by Middle Earth Mixer.
Oh,
I think it's at like 50. I think it beat it out by like 10K at this point.
Yeah,
which
did you
we
see
knew
that?
We knew Rohan would answer.
Did you see that the young captain of Gondor, absolutely ripping a heater, got more likes than the Harris campaign official Twitter tweet?
No, I have no idea. I don't know half those words meant.
Well, I'll text it to you. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Hey, Kev, is this good audio? Am I coming in clean?
Yep.
He puts a thumbs up.
All right. Well, that's all right. Hey, everybody.
Do you have anything else to say, or
do
you have any questions for us?
I would love to hold you beside this mic. I just think it's going to be I literally would love to do it the whole time. I'm just afraid we won't be able to read each other's nonverbals. So I'll just give you the floor.
It sounds like you're asking like a final closing thought. I mean, I thought I could just like come on and do what you guys do, like just act like I'm a host and kind of take control and not feel all that pressure. Like I'm a guest, like is this my house or what? I mean,
yeah, man.
Yeah, we'll let you in. Do you want to host from the phone?
I mean, yeah. I thought that's what I was. I thought I was assuming. I am literally taking a shower right now. It's kind of weird.
Go for it.
I got a bunch of rat stuff all over me, man.
Have you been bashing rats all day?
I wish, man. I'm just finding out their homes, and I'm doing crawl space work and getting rid of a bunch of insulation that's got rat sign all over it. I got like another 4.5 hours of work probably.
Wow.
But, it's real nasty. It's real bad, folks.
Folks, don't we love Mr. Westford?
We call him the Rat King.
We call him the Rat King.
One idea, Mr. Westford.
I'm not in studio right now, but is the applause sign going? You gotta make sure that's going, or that's gonna like be a weird silence. They have to know when to applause.
I have a comment for you, Mr. Westford.
Okay.
What do you think about this idea? I was trying to save this for just the right moment, and maybe this is it, maybe not. I was thinking about maybe like getting a bunch of dudes together, on all our guys, and starting somewhat of a right-wing Rat King.
A right-wing? Okay, wait. Right-wing Rat King?
Yes, sir.
Is there another Rat King I can hear about to have some perspective
to
on?
compare it? So
to compare it, maybe you could on your phone. Can you get on the internet while you're on the phone? Like it's 2015 or something.
If you can Google image search a Rat King, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I was gonna say that, but I'm not. I'm not so sure because he faces off with a lot of rats apparently, so it could be very scary.
So is this a real proposal, or is this just like something on is it something you've really been mulling over?
Yeah, I mean it's a brain child of my own. I just I don't know, just coming up with a right-wing Rat King I just think sounds cool. It's almost like it could be anything, right? It could be whatever. It's like maybe like a bunch of dudes all streaming together and kind of like a stream team or something, but it's really just a Rat King and we're all tangled up.
I mean, I'd like to say yes. I want to say yes. But I still don't. Is this like the Tiger King?
No, I'll explain it.
Google image search.
You can Google image search, but are you sitting down in the shower?
I'm toweling off right now.
Ooh, saucy. So a Rat King, I would like for you to look up a picture of a rat king, but I'll just describe it for the sake of time. A rat king is when a bunch of rats are in close quarters for too long and they're all crammed in, and then they start to get like open wounds in their tails and stuff. It's really sick. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's like a defense mechanism psychologically.
Wait, you didn't even get the best part.
I'm not done yet. All their tails get wrapped together and tangled up. And
like one big knot.
Like one big knot, but I think that their flesh starts to fuse.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and so you just have a bunch of rats in a ball.
And they all stay fed and like healthy-ish, and they walk around like a big rat king.
Yeah, they kind of roll around like a ball of rats.
How have I never heard of this?
I guess you're not on the right side of the internet or
well,
something.
we've been calling around and trying to make sure that people don't mention it to you because I know that you're sensitive.
I have been dealing with a lot of rat stuff lately.
Yeah.
All right then. Well.
Did you see the rat behind the shower? Did I send you that picture?
No, dude, don't
the rat
send me that.
taking a shower?
No, it was really nasty. It was like mostly maggots. It was just flesh, a tail, and some maggots, dude.
Have you seen the large rat taking a shower and rubbing his armpits and scratching his head and like with like some sudsy soap?
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of pictures of rats right now. I'm sure I'm about to come up on them.
Did you ever see the monkey haircut meme?
Don't know.
Did you ever see David After Dentist?
Yeah.
Did you see Chocolate Rain?
Yeah. Some
Did you see Excuse me. Did you see Skateboard Dog?
Was he a...
Did you see
bulldog?
Charlie the Unicorn?
The door's spoken! That one?
So he stopped somewhere around like 20.
We were actually putting together a profile on your internet literacy, and we think we've narrowed it down.
Oh, no, okay, I've seen this monkey thing. I mean, it wasn't like, it's not really lodged in my memory, but I've definitely seen this before.
Nice.
The monkey haircut?
Is that a capuchin?
Yeah, something.
Yeah. Is it true that cappuccino is called that because the coffee beans had to pass through the intestinal tract of a capuchin monkey?
I wish that was true.
I don't know. I mean, there's really no way to know. There's no way for science to tell us something like that.
It's called the problem induction. I mean, we know we have the word cappuccino that's come down on us, but where it came from and how it got to be, I mean, that's it's called the is-odd gap. We can't bridge that. We don't know.
Yeah. Well, let me speak for all three of us here in Curse World Studios and say that we would like to adjust things. Hold on. Hey, Wes, I got another call coming in that could be really important. Can you can I get back to you?
I can hold.
All right, just hold.
Nothing going on.
Just hold. Hello?
This is an important notice from the approval department. You've been pre-qualified for a personal loan of up to $72,000, with payments starting as low as $530 per month. To speak to one of our loan officers, please press 2. To be placed on our do not call list, please press 9.
Hello, thank you for calling Safe Choice Finance. This is Justin, who I have the pleasure of speaking with today.
You gotta be kidding me. My name's Justin as well.
Hi, good day, sir. How are you doing today?
All right then. Very good.
I don't know. I thought it would be
He's
funny.
so creative.
I thought it would be funny if I.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare. This is turning into a nightmare stream.
I got. Do we call Wes back?
I think we're fine. I think we're actually fine to probably wrap up pretty soon.
Let's wrap.
So, yeah, I think we pretty much covered all of our bases. Thank you, Axeman. Axeman, I believe, if I'm not incorrect, I believe we have some sort of strange connection. from both watching maybe the I'm Doing Great podcast and having a couple. I think we were both at the Nashville thing, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if I met you, but it is interesting because I've seen a couple different things where you're like, "Hey, IDG bro," so that's cool. Axeman, that I can just Axeman and everybody else listening now or in the future. I can honestly say, listening to the I'm Doing Great podcast changed my life.
Ooh,
absolutely
like that, huh?
Changed my life. Isn't that insane? Isn't that crazy? Usually people say stuff like that and it's like they don't mean it for real. 100% set me on a totally different trajectory
that's awesome,
than I was on. And I have to thank Mike and Gina. I hope that they're doing well. You know, It was such a shame that it dissolved. But man, that was a great show, fantastic show.
Yeah,
it led me to think it was the first time I encountered orthodoxy, and then I joined this little Discord group of the dudes, and had a couple conversations with the ortho bros in the chat.
Yeah, you were saying stuff like. Actually, what
How
were you
could
saying?
you be so much of a Pharisee and not see it?
You're so
Pharisaical.
yeah.
Oh dear! I was personally offended. Yeah, I was offended at a lot of stuff, and like,
Can't you see there's one mediator between?
yeah, basically, that was me. Well, this is me. I guess you're wondering how I got myself in a situation like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a freaking fantastic show. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Gina. Met them both at the thing. Oh, it is Eric. I had no idea.
No.
Okay, cool. He's my man.
I mean, like
Well,
you
then.
that.
With that, the season 1 of Cursed World Problems. That's a wrap.
It's over. Yeah. Let me just say we did say last time that like that was like our finale. So I'm calling this kind of an in-betweener live streamer since we don't know what the heck.
Yeah.
Since it's after 10 p.m. we can say we don't know what the hell we're doing.
This is the adult show now.
This is the adult show. The
We've
adult
just transitioned into it, and we got another couple hours planned for you. So
yeah, very good.
Yeah, well, here's my final shout-outs. All of you, everybody who is in the chat, everybody who's going to watch this probably already knows my shout-outs and is aware. But just in case you don't, check out King Pilled YouTube channel. He does a daily show called The Astrolabe. Really, he does all of my political thinking for me. I just outsource to Matt over at King Pilled. That's awesome. Check out 2-Bit Podcast with Jason. I think he just changed the name to something else, but I can't remember the new name. Check out Pete Quinones show. Haven't spoken with him, but he is a great dude as well, from what I can tell. And anything else? Mr. Westford, check out Mr. Westford's show.
Yeah, Mr. Westford's what's up.
We're gonna try to get back on the horse here and pump out some more content for your guys' viewing pleasure. It's just you got to bear with us. I have a feeling, though, I'm not going to make any promises, but I have a feeling in the coming year, 2025, we're going to hit you with more content than you could have ever dreamed of, and it's going to be higher quality and more consistent for Season 2. So just get ready for that. Buckle in, buckle up, stand by, stand down. I think that's about everything.
Well, let me just say that it is true that we've got some competing interests, but they're going to converge. And right now, whereas we haven't been doing like once a week or once every 2 weeks, it kind of has been the in-between Season 1 and Season 2 thing, even though we didn't label them that way. That is by design.
And we'll probably still do some more live streams here and there.
But we're not going anywhere. We're going to have full-fledged episodes with all the little bells and whistles, the funnies, the impressions, the lighthearted, and also deep thinking. I'm a real thinker. I'm the 33-year-old thinker. I'm going to think.
You know what my 4-year-old said today? He needed a thinking drink. because he couldn't remember something. He
Yeah.
said, "I'm gonna think and drink."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
that's what I said. I said think and drink.
So
He
all
said
that
think
to
and drink.
say, we're not going anywhere. I've heard a number of people genuinely like tell me on the phone or in person, like, "Where's the new episode, man?" And I was like,
It means so much to us. It means so much to us, and I'm not being sarcastic.
As you know, Tim Walsh had his debate
Yeah.
with JD Vance. So now is the time to donate. That's my best Kamala Harris impression. So if that's any indication why
More like
we've
come
taken
all,
a-
Harris. Am I right? Come all
Come one, come all to a beautiful show.
in America in Springfield.
My Kamala Harris impression is atrocious. It's very bad. Okay, that's just elephant in the room. But the more XRP donations that we get from
Yep.
you, the people,
Yep.
the more I can take impression classes,
Gotta keep the
improv
lights
classes,
on.
acting classes. I can do an improv right now.
We're sending Justin to clown school with your help.
Name anything. Just give me a thing. Just like throw out just a word.
This is so hard.
Skip, pass.
Skip, pass. Give me
Okay.
another one.
Give me a city in the United States.
Pass.
Toledo.
Next.
Yes, and Toledo. Yes, and I'm from there. And
All right. Give me another one.
okay.
Tell me another one.
I'm kind of really good at improv, so do not be intimidated by
Okay.
this. Okay.
Okay.
Just like stuff or something.
All right. Let me think. Oh no, not that one. Let me think. Can we not do this one actually?
Okay. You try one for me.
All right. Do
Wait.
do Seinfeld, Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay. Who do you want me to be?
Jerry Seinfeld.
Okay, Gary. You
from
want me to be
movie,
Gary?
from the B
Okay.
movie.
Okay. I'm Gary Seinfeld from the B movie. Another day in the life of a bee. I'm sure you're wondering how I got here.
Your hot cup of honey, sir.
My third cup today. Boy, is it ever bees day. I got a case of the bee.
All right. Do Donald Trump's.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to do doing what?
Improv.
Okay.
Yes, and you muted the mic.
I keep doing this whenever I move the mic. Okay, you guys missed my best one yet. Yes, and this isn't a chair. This is a.
It could be whatever.
It could be. It could be whatever. I'm Donald Trump. I'm Donald H. Trump, and the greatest president that I know. Right? Whenever I really put my heart into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's here in the room. Close your eyes. I'm Donald Trump. I'm over here across from you.
You're playing a video.
Close your eyes again. Vote for me. He got up in his eyes.
All right. Well, with that, I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and wrap it. Let's call it. Let's give it a wrap.
All right, see you guys in a few
Sign
months.
off. It's been a.
It's been a curse world. See you in a couple years. See you at the next one.
Yeah. Give it like 30 seconds. No, 10 seconds.
Just give it 10 seconds.
All right. Now you can turn it off. Because sometimes whenever you stop it right whenever